What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. Board map number 6. This is basically all. What on earth are these duelists cooking up? So for today's episode, we are going to go over every single deck list that aren't loners, if possible, and then see how convoluted and uniquely concocted based off from the opponent's deck list. For tonight's episode, at the time this video is recorded, you got Performance. First time ever against a full Performance, by the way. White Forest Valmonica, Raid Raptor, an unknown deck, or as I call it, Engine the deck, you never know, Shining Sark Orcus. With that being said, let us jump into the show. First things first, the stipulation of opponent's normal card space being Performance Wind Drainer. So, the actual performances, the name of the game with these guys, some are pendulums, and some are just more than others in terms of the monsters effects. And to be specific, the fusion version does not matter because it's banned in the event. So let's just knock this fusion out of the ballpark real fast. Performance Trapeze Witch. Level 7 Dark Spellcaster fusion that takes 2 performance monsters to make them. 2400 attack, 1800 defense. Performance monsters you control cannot be killed by your card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them within card effects. So, anti-target for opponent, you cannot kill performances within card effects. While you control a performance monster that isn't the fusion itself, your opponent's monsters cannot target this card for attacks. When an attack is declared involving your performance monster and an opponent's monster, you can make that opponent's monster lose 600 attack. Now that we got that fusion out of the way, the archetype archive of performance. Starting with the actual effect monsters, you got 5 of them. The name of the game with performances, all of them are spellcasters. Starting with the level 4s. Damage Juggler, Light, 1500 attack, 1000 defense, along with Trick Clown being a light, 1600 attack, 1200 defense. For Damage Juggler, when a card or effect is activated that will burn the damage to you as a quick effect, you can discard this card, negate the activation as it never happened, and if you do, kill it. And during the battle phase, as a quick effect, you can discard this, reduce the next battle damage you will take this turn to 0. Both of which are not hard once per turns. The last effect, however, it is a hard once per turn. You can banish this from grave, add 1 performance monster from your deck to your hand that isn't Damage Juggler. For Trick Clown, hard once on Trick Clown's effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, doesn't matter how it's sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 performance monster in your graveyard, self included, special it, but its stats become 0, then you take 1000 damage. The only fire performance monster being Flame Eater, 1200 attack, 1600 defense. When a card or effect is activated that will burn damage to you as a quick effect, you can activate this. You can't special for the rest of this turn except performance. Also, special this card, and if you do, make that effect damage become 0. If summoned this way, banish it whenever it leaves. Upon no more special, each player takes 500 damage. The Earth Squad. Performance Hat Trigger. Level 4, Earth, 1100 both ways. If 2 or more monsters are on the field, you can special this card from your hand, not once per turn on the specials. When a card or effect is activated that will burn damage to you as a quick effect, you can place 1 performance counter on this card, max of 3. Then, make that effect damage become 0. When the third performance counter is placed, its stats become 3300. The level 5 performance stilts launcher. No, not level 5, level 6, sorry. Level 6, 2200 attack, no defense. If there are no monsters on the field, as in both sides by the way, free special from hand, but you can't normal summon or set for the rest of this turn. When a card or effect is activated that will burn damage to your opponent while you have another performance monster in your graveyard, as a quick effect, you can banish this from graveyard, burn your opponent 2000 damage. Hard once on Stilts Launcher. Onwards to the pendulums. Starting with the light pendulums. Performance Cup Trigger. Level 5, scale of 1, 1200 attack, 1400 defense. Scale effect. You can target 1 performance XZ you control, plus 1 material. If this card is added from your extra deck, or to your extra deck outside of the damage step, add 1 face-up performance pendulum from extra deck to hand. Each effect once per turn on a scale. And while as a actual monster, if this card is in your hand, you can target 1 XZ monster anywhere on the field, detach 1, and if you do, special this card. Then make 1 XZ anywhere on the field, lose 600 attack. So Cup Trigger is a honorary goblin biker while it's in hand. If this card is detached from an XZ monster and sent to the graveyard just because of a monster's effect, you can target 2 XZs you control, attach 1 of them as material. Performance Mirror Conductor. Level 4, scale of 3, 600 attack, 1400 defense. Scale effect, soft once per turn. You can target 1 face-up special summon monster anywhere on the field. Its attack and defense becomes equal to its current attack or defense, whichever is lower. So basically, stat changes, and then once per turn as a actual monster's quick effect, you can target 1 face-up monster anywhere on the field, switch its current attack and defense, then take 500 damage. For the fire pendulums, performance Plush Fire. In the history of Yu-Gi-Oh!, performance Plush Fire was banned due to the fact that its destruction effect was not a hard once per turn, enabling Luster and Master Pendulums do way too much of using Plush Fire. Now, due to the errata change, the destruction effect of performance Plush Fire is a hard once per turn now. Again, level 4, scale of 5, 1000 both ways. Upon being destroyed by battle or card effect from the field, you can special 1 performance monster from your hand or deck that isn't Plush Fire. Scale effect, if a face-up performance monsters, more than 1, you control gets killed by a battle or card effect, you can special this from your pendulum zone, then take 500 damage. Performance Fire Dancer. Scale of 6, level 4, 1400 attack, 1200 defense. Scale effect, once per turn, you can target one performance monster you control. It enables to get pierce battle damage. Real effect, as a monster, upon no more special, you can add one performance monster from your deck to your hand that isn't Fire Dancer, so Stratos, Performance. If this card on the field gets killed by battle or card effect, you can target one face-up monster anywhere on the field. It loses 500 attack. Performance Water Dancer. Hence why it's water, scale of 2, 1200 attack, 1400 defense. If this card is Pendulum Shoken, you can add one polymerization from deck or graveyard to your hand. Okay, so this enables Fusion Summoning Shtick. Again, fusion monsters do not matter in this event. Hard once on the polymerization, search or recur. If this card on the field gets killed by battle or card effect, target one attack position monster anywhere on the field, change it to defense. As for the Pendulum Scale effect, if you control a performance monster, free special this card. When a monster declares an attack, you can target one attack position monster anywhere on the field, change it to defense. And of course, each effect once per turn. Performance Ball Balance. Earth, scale of 3, 1000 attack, 1800 defense. If you control a performance monster, free special from hand. Upon no more special, activate one of those effects. Add one performance pendulum from deck to your face-up extra deck, Electromite, or kill one performance monster you control. When an opponent's special summon monster declares a direct attack, you can free special this from your graveyard, each effect once per turn. Scale effect. During your main phase, you can send one performance pendulum monster from your extra deck to your graveyard, then increase its card's pendulum scale by that sent monsters. You have the option to. Performance Wind Drainer. Level 5, scale 4, wind, 2100 attack, no defense. If your opponent controls a monster or a performance monster is anywhere on the field, you can free special this from hand, but while it's face up, you can't special except performances. Each effect, this effect of special summon once per turn. Upon special summon, reduce the level by 1, solid. Once per turn, you can change the levels of all level 4 performances into level 5s. Level modulation and its scale effect. Once per turn, you can target one performance monster you control, then activate one of its effects. Reduce the level by 1, otherwise, increase this card's pendulum scale by that monster's level. The spell, Bubble Barrier, continuous spell. The first time each performance pal and performance monster you control will be killed by battle or card effect each turn, it is not. You take no battle damage from attacks involving performance pal and performance monsters you control. Trick Box. Normal trap. If a face-up performance monsters, more than one, you control gets killed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, target one monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase, then special one performance monster from your graveyard to your opponent's field. During the end phase of this turn, give control of the monster's special summon by this effect to its owner. Extra deck. Trapeze Magician. We all know what's up about Trapeze Magician in the early years. Rank 4 that takes 2 level 4 spellcaster monsters in general to make them. 2500 attack, 2000 defense. You never take damage if the amount is less than or equal to this card's attack. Basically, any burn damage that's not 2500 or more attack, no effect damage at all. Once per turn, During main phase 1 of anyone's turn, detach one, target one face a attack position monster, the turn player control, that's not the card itself. It's a Cyber Twin Dragon. Also, kill it at the end of the battle phase. And if for some reason this card gets killed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or in your possession gets killed because of an opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can special one performance monster from your deck. Atelier Performance. Performance Shadowmaker. Rank 5. Dark. 2600 attack, 1000 defense. That takes 3 level 5s to make them. When a card or effect is activated that targets this card as a quick effect, you can detach one, special one performance Shadowmaker from your extra deck. Basically, run multiple copies if you were to play Shadowmaker. And then each of the following effects once per turn. You can detach one, send one performance monster from your deck to the graveyard, add one rank up magic spell from your deck to your hand. If the last materials, more than one, are detached from this card outside of the damage step, you can special one performance monster from your graveyard. The captain of the ship, Performance Trapeze High Magician. Light, rank 5, 2700 attack, 2200 defense. That takes to level 5 spellcaster monsters to make them. Can't be killed by battle or card effects while as material. Your opponent takes any effect damage you would have taken a number of times each turn up to the numbers of materials attached to this card. Basically, if you were to take damage, this effect can only be applied based off from the number of materials it has. If this card has Performance Trapeze Magician as material, supernatural effect. Detach one, this card can make up to 3 attacks during each battle phase this turn. And with that being said, that is pretty much the performances covered from the get-go. So, Wind Drainer on the opponent's side of the field, and with this hand, solid start. Ghost, send Fraulein, get another one, toss out Retainer. Retainer, send Ghost. Reborn, spill blood for domination. Set one, and pass. You know, the worst part is, if I let the left hand stick the landing, the very next time, if I were to use a counter trap, that counter trap is not going to work because my opponent controlled a spellcaster. So in most cases, force to use domination to make sure I can use my traps. Special the Hat Tricker, Hand Destruction, Ash the Hand Destruction, Real Normal Plush Fire, Level Modulate to 5, make Shadowmaker, set 2, Simplified State. Fraulein. Take damage all from Fraulein spilling blood, Scalloped Scourge, Reborn Shadowmaker, and pass back. Pendulum Reborn, Reborn Plush Fire, Fascinator, Gagaga Shield, Simplified Game State. Okay, pure performances, respect, damage juggler, flame eater, hat tricker, trick clown, mirror conductor, 2 plush fire, 3 fire dancer, 2 water dancer, 3 ball balancer, 3 wind drainer, 2 cup tricker. Realistically, take the polymerizations out take the pendulum fusion out because there is no such thing as fusion monsters in the event. So, assuming that if my opponent does not play those, that would have been 42 cards in the deck. 2 Magical Mallet, 2 Pendulum XZ, Tayori Getsu. Never thought about this card, to be honest. Special 1 level 4 or lower, Fairy, Spellcaster, Wing Beast, or Beast Warrior from your hand. And if you do, hook it up to it. Then you can does not target, does not destroy, kick back all dragon monsters on the field back to the hand. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard, just because it was sent there, from the spell trap zone this turn while face up, you can add 1 polymerization spell, or fusion parasite from deck to hand. Okay, so second effect doesn't matter. Again, no fusions. So you technically can play this for the sake of versus dragon matchups. 2 Bubble Barrier, Magician's right and left hand, 2 Soul Pendulum, 2 Hand Destruction, 2 Rank Up Magical Force, Gaga Shield, 2 Trick Box, 2 Pendulum Reborn, 2 Pendulum Switch. Extra that consists of Exceed the Pendulum, Beyond the Pendulum, Heavy Metal Foes Electromite, Magician of Hope, Performance Trapeze High Magician, 3 Shadowmaker, Gaga Magician, Trapeze Magician, Utopic Future, and Draco Future. Next time, take out the Poly, take out the Pendulum Fusion because fusions are banned for this event. Stipulation activated. Both players start with 4,000 life points, which means vampires are tagging out and tagging in would be White Forest Allure Queen. And with this hand, this should be fine. Real Normal Sylvie getting woes. There's the Droll. Set 2 and pass. Valmonica, the Agatha Cacological voice. Ash, keeping the field spell in check. And I pretty much say that was beyond quicker than you think. Deck list time for Valmonica White Forest. Oh my god! That duelist is rich. 2 Droll, 2 OG LZ, one of which is glossed out. LZ Azamina, 3 Alt Art Ash, 3 Cellatrice Valmonica, 1 being glossed out, and 2 of them are Royal Rares. Sylvie, 3 Molcharmy Fuelos, 2 of which are glossed out. Royal Rare Diabelles, the original Sin Keeper. 3 Angelo Valmonica, 1 being glossed out, 1 being Royal Rare. 3 Demono Valmonica, 3 of which are glossed out. 2 talents. 3 Valmonica Skelta, all 3 are glossed out. Versaire, Royal Disharmonia, 1 copy. Tails, 3 of the field spell, Agatha Cacological voice. Glossed out Invitaire, just one. Harpy's Feather Storm. If you're wondering about Harpy's Feather Storm, it's because of Molcharmifuolos being a wind wing beast. 2 Imperm, followed Rhythm, Sinful Spoils Subdual, Sinful Spoils of Slumber Morian. Extra that consists of Silvera, Lost Out Ursula, Royal Rare Diabel, Royal Rare Psychic and Punisher, Ragnazero, Royal Rare Salamangreat Almirage, Artemis, Royal Rare Duralume, Valmonican Heathen Hollow, 2 Zebufera, Valmonican Hollow Heathen, both royal by the way, Lost Out Alt Art IP Masquerena, Exceed the Pendulum, Royal Rare, also got it too, shout outs to the anniversary pack, Nightmare Griffin, for whatever the reason, still legal in the event. That's crazy work. But my God, this duelist is rich. Big shout outs to you on that one, man. Card space for both players. Both players landing on SR. I receive Thunderhand. My opponent receives Goyle King. Now, throughout the previous video, if I did not get Goyle King, I shall make this one up just in case. Level 8 Earth Warrior Synchro, 2800 attack, 2000 defense. That takes 1 tuner along with 1 or more non-tuners synchros to make them. When this card declares an attack on an opponent's monster, extra 400 attack for each Earth Warrior synchro you control, self included, until the end of the damage step. And it's literally Goyle Guardian with the options of either A, same thing as the original Goyle Guardian, or B, take control of one face-up monster your opponent controls. Does not target take, by the way. And as for Thunderhand, so sorry about that. Before we go any further, level 4, Light Thunder, 1600 attack and defense, so 1600 both ways. Hard once on the effect of Thunderhand. If a face-up monsters, more than one, with 16 original attack or defense, 1600, gets killed by battle or opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard while this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special this but banish it whenever it leaves. And if you do, does not target, kill one card your opponent controls. And with the hand, pretty awkward, but we'll make it work. Ghost send its copy for Fraulein, toss out Retainer, Retainer send Ghost, Reborn, Spill Blood for Domination, set 1, and pass. Nest, Real Normal Mimicry, Goyle King, over Thunderhand, attempt, Domination, gain all of the points back, Fraulein, and pass. Real Normal Necrowar Banshee, Vampire Fascinator, Ghost Ogre the Fascinator. Take Goyle King. Talents take the Mimicry. For the sake of Zombie Vampire, it's either Shadow Vampire, Unizombie, or Ash. Realistically, Unizombie, so that way we can extend zombie plays. Toss out Mizuki, level up. Send or discard Voivode, level up. Mizuki, bring back Ghost. For the sake of Shogun Saga, banish Voivode, gains all of that attack, and that's OTK. Raid Raptors, Swift Scarecrow, Gloss-Style Droll, Painlanius, Ghost Ogre, the one-of, by the way, Ash Blossom, the one-of, Fuelos, Nibiru, the one-ofs, and then Dark Hole, Raigeki, Reborn, Nightbeam, Gloss-Style, by the way, the one-of, Lightning Storm, the one-of, 1 Talents, 2 Forbidden Chalice, 1 Imperm. That is a lot of one-of hand traps and board breakers. And then Raid Raptors, as I already mentioned about Painlanius. And then 3 Vanishing, 3 Mimicry, 3 Tribute, 3 Fuzzy, 1 Singing, 2 Avenge Vulture. I don't think I ever saw any Raid Raptor list involving this. So let's see. If you take damage, you can special this card from your hand. Also, you can't special for the rest of this turn in terms of extra deck except Raid Raptor monsters. Yeah, that makes sense. Hence why the extra deck is nothing but pure Raid Raptors. 2 Raiders Wing. 3 Strangle. 2 Samoric Perfection. 1 Noir, 3 Bloom Vulture, 1 Rank Up Magic Skip Force, 2 Nest, 2 Roost, 2 Fenner Knights Rank Up Magic Force, Rank Up Magic Raid Raptors Force, the one-of, Glorious Bright, Phantom Knight Claw. Extra that consists of 2 Force Strix, 2 Raiders Knight, Blaze Falcon, 2 Brave Strix, 2 Arsenal Falcon, Satellite Cannon, 2 Ultimate Falcon, 2 Rising Rebellion Falcon, Y Strix. Opponent lands on the UR space, being Ancient Pixie Dragon. And of course, I already had this card covered for quite some time ago because I did indeed use this card, especially with the activation of Zombie World. Since I'm playing vampires, that's a free draw one. Nevertheless, with this hand, it's beyond cracked. Depends on which direction I want to go. Real normal Unizombie. Level modulate. Send. Level modulate the Pixie Dragon. Discard Retainer. Send Mizuki. Mizuki. Banish. Reborn Retainer. Spill Blood for Domination. Immortal Dragon. Foolish Familiar. Familiar. Send Sorcerer, Reborn, Spill Blood, Forfeit All Line, and 1 set. Real normal Sylvie, Domination, gain the points. Well, it doesn't matter anymore because OGLZ sending Where Art Thou? Special at Russia. Russia free special. I just gave my opponent one extra level higher they needed just so they can synchro summon into Legacia. Oh my god, that's crazy. Legacia, draw one, kill Immortal Dragon, Fiend Smith lines, and yet the fusions do not matter for this event. Engraver, clear the cards. Show me Julius Caesar on steroids. Sprite Elf, free special Snake Eye Birch. What is this? For our line, free special, defend by spilling blood, and pass. Pure normal Samurai Skull, Elf, bring back OGLZ, toss out Mizuki, bring back Unizombie, level modulate Samurai Skull, Foolish Gozuki, banish Sorcerer, Masquerina, Avramax, special Necroworld, spill blood. Now, if you guys wondered how come Avramax did not get that boost, normal summoned Samurai Skull. Hence why in the text, when this card is normal summoned, therefore, with Fraulein's assistance, normal summoned Samurai Skull is able to beat Avramax clean even if it has IP. Shuffle away Unizombie. Legacia exists, can't kill the monsters, so to circumvent that, simplify game state. Now that Zombie World exists, it's between two ghosts, Ash, Fraulein, or even Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, but realistically, take Fraulein so we can use our zombie powers. And pass. Pure normal Ponix, Ash the Ponix, switch Engraver to defense, and pass. Zombie Vampire. Everybody gets milled, and I lose out talent. So, Ghost Bell, Familiar, Mizuki, Grace. Now that we got Mizuki in the graveyard, no need to revive any of my other zombies. So it's Sprite Blue, a Stellar, and Snake Eye Ash, and I opted to get a Stellar for the sake of the tribute summon up for our line, bring back Fascinator, tribute, take Engraver, Exige Shoken into Sheridan, simplified game state. The Holy Trinity of blue-blooded vampires for game. I gotta check this list out. Fiendsmith, Snake Eye, Fire King, Sprite, White Forest, small Azamina package, and a very small Infernoble pack. What is this list? Fabled Lurie, Jet Synchron, Infernoble Knight, Roland, Snake Eye Ash, Snake Eye Birch, Fire King Ponix, Poplar, Sprite Blue, it's at 1 for the event. Sprite Red, Sprite Carrot. A Stellar, 3 LZ. 3 OG LZ, 1 LZ Azamina. Ash, Bell, Sylvie, Rusia, 2 Engraver. Snake Eyes Flame Burge, Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. Nibiru, Where Art Thou for your Snake Eye. Dark Ruler No More, 2 Lightning Storm, 2 Talents. 1 OSS, 2 Tails. Phoenix Mistrat, Phoenix Gearblade, Divine Temple, Deception, Circle of the Fire Kings, Forbidden Droplet, Infinite Impermanence. Let's see how many 1-ups out of the 40 cards in the deck. So let's see. That's the first 10. $16, $20, $21, $29 cards that are 1-ups out of the 40. The duplicates are the 3 OG LZ, 2 Engraver, 2 Storm, 2 Talent, 2 Tails. Extra that consists of Formula Synchron. If you're wondering about the tuner part, Jet Synchron and 1 level 1 non-tuner monster to make it. Jet Warrior, that will be your Jet Synchron and any level 4 non-tuner to make them. Ursula, and yet no Silvera. Borload Savage, Diabelle, Stardust Warrior, Tuner Synchro being Formula or just Formula Ursula, and 1 or more non-tuner synchros to make it as a level 10. So in most cases, Formula and Ursula are your tuner synchros, and then a non-tuner synchro being a level 8. So that means Diabelle, Savage, Diabelle or Savage plus Formula to make this guy. Fabled Levila Zabul, 1 tuner along with 1 or more non-tuner monsters to make it. So that's generic 10. Despian Lulu Walilith, 1 level 4 tuner along with 1 or more non-tuner monsters to make it. So your level 4 tuners being Sylvie and Rusia. Centurion Legacia, generic 12, for which, by the way, that was the biggest regret that I've did during the duel. Steel Swarm Roach, Fiendsmith's Requiem, IP Masquerena, Sprite Elf, Nightmare Unicorn, Magnite Crusadia Avramax. Engine the deck, ladies and gentlemen. Card space for both duelists. I landed on SR card space to receive Noble Knight Boars. I happened to cover the card from the previous video, so let's not dwell on that too much. And then Mystical Red panel being the opponent's UR card space. We know what's up with this card ever since me covering up the Aqua Atris Penguin matchup, so let's not dwell on that too much about the card. Also, with this hand, quite awkward, but we can fix it. Real Normal Ghost, Send Grace getting Fraulein, Toss Out Retainer, Retainer, Sand Ghost. Reborn, Spill Blood. For domination. Set 1 and pass. Discard 1. In terms of discard 1 card, being Silent Magician 0, Special the DMG Shining Sark Edition, search, and Future Silence, also search. Dark Magician, Shining Sark version, Shining Sark. Activate. Can't let you do that. Cannot let you do that. Real Normal, Silent Magician 0. Set. Activate Turn Silence. Increase the levels just so that Magician 0 is at 2500. For the line, free special. Grace. Spill way too much blood reborn. DMG and Magician 0 goes down thanks to Fraud Line and pass. Real Normal, Mizuki, and then Shining Sark Scoops. Three things in mind. A, opponent's card space is a normal card level conversion lab. Select one monster in your hand and show it to your opponent. Also, normal trap, by the way. So show one monster and then roll a 6-sided die. If the result is 1, send the selected monster to the graveyard. If the result is a range from 2 through 6, the level of the selected monster becomes equal to the result until the end of this turn. Weird take. And then B, stipulation activated. Both players start their life points at 4,000. And C, with his hand, this is basically Allure Queen lines. Chaos Queen, discard the level 5 special herself. Chaos Queen, Ghost Bell. Real Normal, Queen 3, Chaos Angel, and 1 set. Imperm the Chaos Angel. Orchestrated Babel. Real Normal Gersu, toss out Harpor. Generate tokens, 1 on each side. Or a legacy token for Galatea the First. Send 1. Azamina Apes, kick back Galatea the First so that you cannot link summon it again. Harpor banish. Ash the Harpor. And then Orchist scoop away the matchup. Okay, straight up Orchists. 3 Ghost Ogre, 3 Ash, 2 Bell, 3 Imperm, 3 Impulse. That's pretty much the 14 hand traps. For the Orchists, 3 Symbol Skeleton, 3 Harpor, 3 Gersu the Orchis Mech Knight, 1 World Crown, 2 Orchis Nightmare, 1 World Wand, NT 8000 Sirius, Feather Duster, Foolish, Foolish Goods, Royal Foolish Goods, World Legacy Succession, 2 Orchestrated Return, even though the card is a hard once on the activation. Orchestrated Babel, 2 Orchestrated Einsatz, Forbidden Droplet, and 2 Crescendos. Extra deck consists of 2 Dingirsu, Zeus, Typhon, Galatea the First, Nightmare Phoenix, 3 of the OG Galatea, IP, Lib, the World Key Blade Master. It's good to see on Lib's return as a rather old honorary IB name of sorts, but at the same time, it's basically IB with a new change of the costume throughout the Orcus lore or World Legacy, World Chalice lores, and it made me believe that Lib is basically going to support the World Legacy good stuff. So most cases about Lib is that link to light cybers for whatever the reason may be, middle left, bottom left arrows. That takes 2 monsters to make her. Can only be link summoned while you have a World Legacy card in your graveyard. No other ways doing so. You can only use each effect following effects of Lib once per turn. During your main phase, you can straight up set 1 World Legacy spell trap from your deck, but it cannot be triggered while you have no World Legacy monster in your graveyard. If this Link Shokin card is sent to the graveyard as Link material, you can does not target shuffle 1 card anywhere on the field into the deck. Long Girsu, 2 Enlil Girsu, one of which is a royal, and Underworld Goddess. This has been James Polk with the board map number 6, as I call this episode, Such Convoluted Deck Lists. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated, and we'll catch you guys next time throughout the whole entire Dice Rally progressions.